no Chewy today, so we needed a cousin sub of the day. So we went to the bench. We found our guy. You can find him, part of Mr. Irrelevant and that crew, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube page. Of course, the producer of KBN, and we host Green Bay Game Day together each and every Sunday before Packers games. Our cousin sub of the day is Mr. Haircut himself, Alex Strofe.
Mr. Haircut. Good morning. Hey, rude. Watch that finger, Joshy.
Yeah, because this is.
Oh boy.
This was
what?
Well, in previous instances when you have made yourself content and fodder for everybody else across ESPN Wisconsin, like that was your fault. You know, you put yourself out there. You decided that, hey, I can run a 3-cone and look somewhat athletic, and you can't. But this one was not your fault. Like you just got a bad haircut, and nobody around here had the stones to tell you.
So similarly to
this is not your fault. You can't see the back of your head.
Similarly to when I got the haircut on Tuesday, and the woman that did my haircut didn't show me the back of the head.
Yeah,
I feel similarly right now. Because when I got here at 6:30, I realized you didn't want to talk to me about the open of the show.
Sure.
Which typically you and I go back and forth and we go, okay, here's where we're going to start today.
Yeah, and already knew where we were starting. Yeah.
Okay,
didn't need to...
well, can I just tell you this, since we didn't do this before the show? There is nothing I am more sick of talking about
than your haircut?
Than my crappy haircut. Because I got to work yesterday. So Wednesday is when it gets revealed to me. Hey, the back of your head looks like a half bowl cut. And I go, what do you mean? It looks like I have a fade. How does it look like a bowl cut? Mm-hmm. And then I saw it, because you're right. You can't see the back of your head. I'm not playing with mirrors a lot.
But I think you have the right to be upset with everybody here in the office.
Does that include you?
No, because I wasn't here to do a drive-by.
Sure.
Like everybody else apparently did. Did you notice that people were walking past you as you were sitting there getting ready for Irrelevant, getting ready for KBN at an alarming rate? Because the way I'm picturing it is just like people are getting up every 2 minutes to walk by to see the back of your head.
That was happening.
Okay, I was oblivious.
I had people saying, "Where is he? Can I go see him? Can we go walk by?" The problem is with Strofe, he's in this sweet spot where he thinks if people are walking by and like looking at him and talking to him, they just want to see him.
Yeah.
He would never
I'm bundle of joy.
Yeah, he would never suss out that there's potentially something afoot.
Well, here's the thing though, Joshy. Like you're 100% right. I think I'm the life of the party always. But on Wednesday specifically, I was in a really, really good mood.
Yeah, singing Sunday morning.
Rain is falling. Yeah. So,
why?
Well, actually, I'll get to that story. It has to do with what we're doing right now.
Why?
But so my girlfriend was gone all weekend.
Yeah.
She was out of town for business.
Well, and we had talked about that on Sunday. Like she was gone the previous week. Like you were doing all these different things.
I was a mess.
Well, but you were talking about what you were making and all these different things on Sunday.
Oh, I made a good casserole on Sunday.
Yeah.
But the dog ate some, so like I needed her home. Walked in on the dog. I walked out of the room for 2 seconds. The dog, my 11-pound dog, is eating the casserole. I'm like, where's Allie when we need her? So she's out of town for work. She left Friday, got back Wednesday. So I'm just a puddle of what I typically am. Like, look, I think I'm a pretty stable human being. She holds me up way more than I'd like to admit sometimes. So Wednesday, I was very happy she was coming home. And so I was singing, I was dancing, I was excited, I was in a great mood. Everything's going back to normal for me. And so Brian D., our boss, asked me, hey, are you good to do Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Friday? So I started singing, Friday morning, rain is falling.
Sure.
You know, I was all fired up because I love both of you guys. I love hanging out with each of you. Joshy, a little bit less all of a sudden after I learned he lied to me and didn't tell me about my bad haircut. And so I just thought, like, everybody was like, wow, Strofe is a great ball of energy today. I'm going to go see what's up. It's the middle of the week. You know, like, vibes are low for some people in the middle of the week. So I thought people were just popping by to be like, what's up, Strofe? Come on, lift me up.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I think the bad haircut did lift a lot of people up and bring a smile to their face.
Gabe, come on.
Wednesday was one of my favorite days at work in a long time.
Thanks, I guess. What do you want me to say to that?
And just so you know, it was the perfect thing for you to for it to turn into a whole thing, because it is not your fault. We're not saying, oh my God, you're ugly. It's
Why does this feel like an intervention?
you got
It's
a bad
not.
haircut.
Strofe, we want to tell you. We love you, and it isn't your fault.
I am ashamed for everybody else in the office who did not tell you. I understand that they decided to hold off for content purposes and bring Scalzo in here and do it on KBN. I don't think I would have been. If I was in the office from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., I don't think I'd have been able to hold out for 4 hours.
I had to do a show with him. I had to look at him.
Yeah.
Me and him, mano a mano, hour, commercial free. I just couldn't really look at him the whole time. Had to look past him.
Yeah. The fact that you held out for as long as you did, Josh, is amazing. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Jen is 100% right. When we talked about this yesterday, Jen had mentioned, like, yeah, Gabe wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been able to hold out. I would have pulled you aside, like, hey, man.
Oh, this was
You
brought
got to
up
get this
yesterday?
fixed. Oh, yeah, we talked about it on our show. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. What was said? I didn't hear it. I didn't even know this until
Well,
right now.
we brought Will in, who I think of everyone involved has skated the most on being
here's
culpable.
the thing. I think he lied to you guys because I did hear about this a little bit. So he claimed that he suggested I go to her when in reality it was the other way around. I sent him to my barber, and now she's in prison, my normal barber.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we covered that.
Okay.
I think what he was saying was once you lost your in-prison barber, he then said, hey, or you went to him and said, should I go to the same person you
So
do?
I was trying out a couple people at the same salon because I like that place. It's relatively close to where I live. It's relatively affordable. The people are very nice, good vibes, all that good stuff.
I learned that I go to the same spot. It's fantastic.
Yes,
It's a
okay.
great spot.
So we're on. Okay, good. You can vouch for me then. It's not like I go to like a name brand national
no,
chain.
you're
where
not
people are
getting
fresh out of
the
college.
$15 haircut.
Right. No, I'm paying about 3 times that, which is not. It's not outrageous for a haircut, but it's not like I have a lot of hair. So anyway, so I'd been trying out some other people, and Will got a couple weeks ago. Josh, you will back me up on this. On what I think it was more self-proclaimed than anything, but he got what was being dubbed the haircut of the year.
I believe Joshy said it was the haircut of the year. That was what that's what Will said yesterday. Is that Josh called it the haircut of the year?
He's been saying that I said that, and I never did. So I've just let him run with it.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so what I'm actually learning here is that Will carries some weight. Because if I would have walked around and said, Josh said I had the haircut of the year, if you walked around and said, Josh said
I profusely deny it.
Correct.
Yeah.
But with Will, he just lets it slide.
I think it's funny because Will's always involved in a bit. He catches Strofe in bits. Unbelievably. And
really
Strofe
good
is
at it.
never none the way. I just don't entertain Will. So if I ignore it, I hope it goes away type deal. Strofe gets caught daily.
At least once a day, yeah. His newest one that he really likes is he mentions the time, and then he shows me his phone, and his lock screen is a picture of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. And he's just making me stare at it by showing me the time, even though I'm wearing a watch on my left hand at all times.
And you have a device that also has the time, much like his phone, in your pocket.
Yeah, but like if I did it to him, I'd just be like, my bit wouldn't be as funny. I'd be like, hey, I have a hot girlfriend, look. And he'd be like, hey, I have first place in the NFC North. Like it wouldn't balance out. So anyway, so I trusted him after he got the quote unquote haircut of the year. And turns out, actually, I got the haircut of the year from the same woman. Just a little bit different of a tune to that one.
I mean, you can't disagree with the statement, Josh. He got the haircut of the year.
No,
without a doubt.
No haircut has made more noise across the office than the one Strofe got Tuesday night and led into Wednesday.
It was the haircut heard around the world. And so anyway, so I get it fixed Wednesday night.
Yeah.
After work. I go upstairs. Everybody here. I learned actually the number yesterday. We have 106 teammates in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
106 of us. That's a lot of people. Wednesday night at 5 o'clock after KBN, I go upstairs. Everybody that was still here wanted to talk to me. I'm like, I got things to do, and I got to go fix this. And then I got to pick my girlfriend up at the airport.
I was about to say, yeah, you had to fix it, but I mean, you didn't really have things to do.
Well, I did. I had to clean the apartment. I had to pick up my girlfriend from the airport.
Okay, so you had to. We've all
Go ahead.
we've all been there before.
Yes.
Significant other is out of town, and now you have to panic clean before you go get them from the airport or before they're coming back.
Total disaster, my dad. I mean, like I said, she left Friday. It was Wednesday. I don't think I did a dish the whole time.
Do you not have a dishwasher?
No, I do. But it was clean when she left. So I unloaded it Wednesday when she got home and reloaded it. Smart play by me. So when she got home, she heard the dishwasher running. She heard the washer going. It was like, wow. Alex really stepped up today.
I guarantee that's not what she thought. She was thinking, why the hell is he first running the dishwasher now? Is probably what she's thinking.
Yeah, because all she's got to do is open it and say, wow, that looks like a week's worth of stuff in there.
Well, it was. At least I did it. Anyway.
So you guys in that move, what I do when there's out of town, I try and improve something more. So I keep the house at bare minimum the way it was left, and then make
one thing stand out.
Make a visible improvement to at least one thing, because I want to say, hey, we're getting stuff done. It wasn't just vacation time while you were out of town on business. We were getting stuff done around here.
Yeah, no. No, that's not how that works for me.
Well, no, I'm just telling you, Strophy, you need to learn that move. Like, you're young. Like, these are moves you need to be writing down.
With you? I don't think Josh is the one I want to take advice from in terms of relationship.
He's got a really good, healthy, I would say, healthy relationship. It's a great relationship.
What do we call her again? Mussolini?
Yep.
I should know this by now. As much as I love Mussolini.
Yeah. Everybody does.
Josh gets into the wrath of Mussolini more often than he should. Like, for example,
I feel like that's
Josh,
just a part
what do you have going on tomorrow?
Friendsgiving.
Scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you, Josh?
2.
Publicly say it.
Oh,
2.
wow,
Yeah,
2?
Exactly.
That's actually,
I'm gonna have some brewskis.
And the smart man behind the glass right now, if he was a smart man, would know she's listening to this. He's already been in the doghouse this week for saying, I'm not very excited for this Friendsgiving we're hosting on Saturday. I don't want people in my house.
Yeah, but I also, knowing Josh and knowing Mussolini the way I know them and have been around them enough, Josh was not saying that for the first time into a microphone for all to hear. He had first, the complaint was first lodged with management before he went out and started telling everybody
100%.
else. So it's not like she was listening, and
All
this
right,
was
Gabriel.
news to her that she was shocked that Josh didn't want people in their house. She just doesn't care that
Congratulations.
Josh doesn't want people in their house. And here's how I know, because Josh sent us yesterday yet another contraption that is belonging in their household that did not go through the CAP. The contraption application process.
And it was not a dehydrator or something different from the dehydrator?
It was an additional blender that makes, I believe, 3 that we have in the house.
What's the
now.
point of 3 blenders?
Oh, 3. Oh. See, you
I have
never
one
answered my
blender.
question because I asked if you already had one.
Well, we have the immersion blender. Got to have that
Okay,
one.
yep, mhm.
Making soups, things of that nature. I believe there is a bigger one,
Yep.
a bigger blender, your standard blender. And now we have one of the branded ones that everyone
Wait,
recognizes.
People have immersion blenders?
Yeah, I have one, yeah.
Yeah.
I just use a normal blender when I make soup.
I mean, you
You
can.
can,
You
yeah.
can. It's just...
Less dishes, less
correct.
things to move around.
Yeah, so if you've got something going, usually it happens to me if I'm using our, like, we make a lot of the soup in our Dutch oven,
Yes.
you know,
that's
just
exactly
kind of
where ours
big,
get
you know,
used.
Yep.
so you just throw it in there and just kind of blend it all up without having to transfer it into, because now
That'd be a
once
good
it's in
purchase.
the blender, you're probably just going to put it right back
Oh,
into...
yeah, that's exactly what I do,
Correct.
yeah.
So
But,
now you can save having to wash the blender with the immersion blender.
if your wife, you are the subject matter expert on this, congratulations.
Okay.
You're the only married one on the panel.
All right.
You're the only one that's gotten a firm yes out of the 3 of us.
Okay.
You're already uncomfortable. I
Well,
like
no,
this.
I'm just saying just because I'm married doesn't mean that my relationship is necessarily better than anybody else's.
He's such a good guy.
Nor is his relationship anything like the relationships we have in the room.
Well,
I mean, have you met Gabe's wife?
I have, yes. A few times.
Do you think she's a big force things on people or
No, not even in the slightest.
better
But
question. Have you heard my wife say any words?
I think very few of us.
So
Have you heard my wife say any words?
all of
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
I
good.
have.
we can't apply the same metrics
But
across.
I guess I was just going to bring up the hypothetical, which I'm sure has happened,
Mm-hmm.
where you have to do something together as a wonderfully married couple
Yep.
that you're not very much looking forward to.
Again, that doesn't happen all that often because the asks are few and far between.
See,
Oh,
And it
dude,
ends up being
You
like
know what I've
fun.
realized?
What?
Gabe has the best life. Do you not?
Yeah, look, the asks from her for things that I need to do, like, I'm trying to think of the last thing she's like, hey, do you want to go do this? I mean, I think the last one, she won Bucks tickets through a chili cook-off that they did at her work. We got Bucks tickets for opening night. Yeah, let's go do that. That's fun. They do, so she works at Cristo Rey High School, and they do a Dancing with the Stars fundraiser every year. So I did not go this year, but she had an extra ticket for me 2 years ago, and that was a fantastic evening. Just great food, watching people dance up there. Everyone's having a good time.
I thought you were going to say you were dancing.
I thought you might have been one of the stars.
So
me too.
I am surprised she has not volunteered me at this point, but she also respects, because this event is in the fall, and she respects that I have a lot of things going on during the fall.
Are you a good
football's
dancer?
always.
How was your first dance at your wedding?
We didn't have one.
That makes complete sense.
We did not have. So at our wedding, we did not have anybody stand up. We did not have any speeches. We didn't have a first dance.
A very small actual ceremony.
Very small actual ceremony.
I love that.
Yeah, we did a ceremony in our then neighbor's backyard that was 20 people tops.
Really?
Yeah, and then we had a big party. And it was just, hey, if you want, we didn't have a DJ. My wife put together a playlist, which she then would manipulate later in the evening when we were all a little intoxicated. But hey, if you want to dance, right there. You want booze? It's over at the bar. You want food? It's in the back.
Remember when I said he has the best life?
Yeah, and you were heading towards this. Sometimes you just got to grin and bear it. And I tried to tell you on Irrelevant, I've been grinning and bearing it. That's all I do.
But
I'm hosting now Halloween, Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
I'm much more envious of Gabe than you. Now, I don't know how I got derailed on this, but I just wanted to add one more thing on the haircut. So yesterday, I haven't had the opportunity to say this yet, so I just need to get it off my chest.
Please. The floor is yours.
When something bad happens to somebody, when you work with 106 people, 104 of you don't need to say the same thing. Yesterday, I got to work, and the first thing every single person I saw said to me was, "Can I see the back of your head?" "Oh, it's better. It's not great." And I go, "Yep, better, not great." I guarantee I said that 100 times yesterday. "Yep, it's better, not great." And finally, towards the end of the afternoon, somebody said, "Oh, you're sick of this, aren't you?" I go, "Hell yeah!"
So
Stop talking to me about my head.
We have finally found, Josh, the type of attention that Strofe doesn't want.
He wants 90 people to say something, but once it gets to 100, 200, 300, 400, too many. Too many. That's a bridge too far.
No, that's not. I don't think that's what Gabe was saying at all, actually.
I mean, he might have a point.
Gabe.
He might
Just
have
be
a
on my
point.
side.
I'm on my side at all times. Just remember that. We do have Jason Wilde, who apparently Josh and I have another bone to pick with because our name keeps getting brought up all over ESPN.
I don't know that
Wisconsin.
he's on your side.
Oh, he's definitely not on our side. We'll tell you what we're talking about when it comes to Josh Jacobs. Coming up next is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tight squeeze westbound 94 right now from about 35th Street all the way to Holly Road. The eastbound side slowing down from 76th Street all the way to Holly as well. Just keep in mind we do have a crew working on that crash cushion that got smashed in at Highway 100 on eastbound 94. The accident itself is gone, but the crews are out there, so just be careful. Northbound 41 slowing from just north of Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound still looking pretty good. A little tap of the brakes into the Hampton area. Traffic is brought to you by Life Navigator Soap and Suds Drive. Your donation of body wash, hand soap, or laundry pods will help local kids and adults with disabilities stay healthy all year. Learn more at lifenavigators.org. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny, more sunshine up to the north, a high of 47. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play over 2,000 courses, including that famous one with the green jackets. Book your bay at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
This fall, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-service beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in on those you care about and to remind ourselves that we are not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Century Foods. Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. He joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason.
Oh, no.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Wow.
I'm doing
Dramatic
okay.
pause.
I'm doing okay. How are you? Because you keep, from my understanding, you keep bringing up me and Joshy up on just about every show across ESPN Wisconsin.
Uh-oh.
Who are you, Will Smith?
I wasn't going to slap you when I see you on Sunday, but...
Keep Josh Jacobs' name out your mouth.
Yeah, but keep Josh DiMaggio's name out your mouth.
No, I'm gonna keep. Never mind.
I
have
requested none of this, by the way.
Oh, I have. Guilty.
You guys, I'll tell you this, and Josh DiMaggio, not to be confused with Josh Jacobs, acknowledged that yesterday. What was the word you used? That Brian Bulaga's logical, calm, reasoned take on the Josh Jacobs influence on the Packers offense was much less abrasive than the way Josh DiMaggio has gone about discussing it, which that was a trigger for me to bring up some Yeah, so I appreciate the fact that you acknowledge that maybe your approach has been a little aggressive. But yeah, you guys, I'm not a big believer in manifesting things to happen to other people. But with the amount that you guys were suggesting, I really hope that Josh Jacobs, who I had a lovely, lengthy conversation with yesterday, and obviously Matt Schneidman from The Athletic was there. He took a little video at the early portion of it that people were wondering why I was wearing a Iowa State hoodie.
It looked good, though. It was good. It was a good hoodie.
Yeah. TJ Otzelberger, man, pride of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Wilson Park baseball. Once got to coach him on a all-star team, and, pride of UW Whitewater and the Cyclones coach. I think it was really interesting that Josh Jacobs acknowledged that as much as he wants to play with a game on Thursday right away, that maybe he has to fight that desire and maybe play the high side of caution. And I hope he does, because I'm very eager to see if your theory has an opportunity to be applied in a game from start to finish, how it goes.
And for those unfamiliar with the theory that was floated starting last week, Josh and I just kind of feel that they haven't been able to marry the run and pass stuff with the way that Josh Jacobs prefers to run the football, with the different blocking style, with running out of shotgun. And Matt LaFleur offense, I think he's more comfortable. I think Jordan Love's more comfortable running this offense when they could be under center a little bit more typically than when Josh Jacobs is in the game. But the fact, Jason, that he admitted, maybe I should just be healthy for that game on Thursday. Like, the second you start having those thoughts, I think he should probably just sit. Right? Because I think you kind of come down on this being the helicopter dad / reporter that you are. Like, to me, it just makes more sense to, hey, let's rest. Let's not do what we did with Brandon McManus and rush you back out there. If you got to miss a game,
here goes Gabe on the kickers again.
If you got to miss a game, you miss a game. But now we know you're good to go for the final 6 instead of, well, if you play, then it still might be good for Thursday, and then who knows what it's going to be like against the Bears the following Sunday. I guess I would just rather know, hey, for the next 6 games, he's good to go if he misses this game on Sunday.
Yeah, and as I said to Josh yesterday, Josh said, Schneidman asked him, what's the worst case scenario? And he said the worst case scenario is I don't play on Sunday, and then I'm fully healthy for Thursday against the Lions, because I'm not missing any more games if I miss the game on Sunday. And what I said was, well, wait a minute, isn't the worst case scenario you play on Sunday, you aggravate your knee, and then you can't play in Thursday's game, or beyond you do enough damage that then there's question for the following Sunday? Like, again, you've got the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears, oh my, in a row here. And then you've got, your 2 out-of-division games that you have left going to Denver and then playing the Ravens. Like, that's a pretty tall order. Just play it safe, man. Like, Emmanuel Wilson's got this. He can handle it for one game. But I don't think anybody wants to see Emmanuel Wilson be their featured back for the final 6 games, because Josh Jacobs plays in this one and then really does something to his knee. And look, he has played through stuff already this year, right? Mm-hmm. He had his kind of Michael Jordan flu game, which, as I told Josh, it was a little bit disconcerting to realize that he wasn't he was just barely born for the Jordan flu game. And then, then he played with the calf injury where we didn't know if he was going to play in Arizona, right? So, he said basically he hasn't been healthy since before the Dallas game. Mm-hmm. Well, then maybe it's okay to take a beat, have a meal, and not play in one game.
Do you think, and I guess it's because it's football, so it's a completely different mentality, but this just popped into my head, Jason. Do you think especially once we go to an 18th game, which I think everybody agrees is eventually coming in the NFL, we see more of this, of guys kind of doing a load management game in the middle of the season just to make sure you're good for the rest of the year?
Well, just to clarify, did you say mentality or mantality? Because I know you've got some. You've used that phrase before as well. All right, look, I think that we're not anywhere near the NBA load management realm.
And I'm not even suggesting that this is load management, because this is obviously a legitimate injury. And
sure, right.
And obviously, like, to me, the NFL is just such a different mentality. Just because even if you go to 18 games, like 18 versus 82 that you see in the NBA, it's just totally different. But I guess their version, the NFL version, I guess, of load management in my mind would be a situation like this. Like, okay, maybe if you miss this game, yeah, could you play? Yeah, but you're beat up because everybody is, because it's the NFL. Why don't you just take this game, let the backup handle it, and then you're good to go the rest of the way? I mean, I just see that potentially being more normal in the NFL future, especially once we get to 18.
Beautifully explained. You saved me the effort of agreeing with you. So, yes, I think that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, Strofe. I've kind of dominated this.
I was kind of just kicking the feet up, listening to you two discuss this, because I've talked to Jason plenty. I've talked to Josh plenty. Obviously, I'm Mr. Relevant. I talked to you plenty off the air. I just wanted to see how we would end on this at the end of the week, but I'm sure we'll talk about it more on Green Bay Game Day. Something else I want to talk about on Green Bay Game Day, but also want to talk to you about right now, Jason, is you told me yesterday on Weekly Will that you're not a big prediction guy, correct?
Very much correct, yes. People get very angry if you don't pick their team, which I just don't understand. But, yes, go ahead.
You did make a prediction on Weekly Will Day, and I don't know how firm you are in this prediction, but you said something to the effect.
I don't even remember it.
It's obviously something he believes wholeheartedly.
You believe this will be the game the Packers finally start forcing turnovers consistently, because J.J. McCarthy has played in 5 games and thrown at least 1 interception in all 5 of them for Minnesota. Why does this feel like the week that this defense can finally start turning over the ball to you?
Because Xavier McKinney told me so.
Good reason.
Good
source
will come, quote. Yeah, look, they had obviously ample opportunities against famous Jameis last Sunday. I think, they're pretty embarrassed, frankly, by how many they dropped. I mean, that's the difference, as we all know. Everybody wants the Packers to win every week 38-10. Well, you look back on that game against the Giants, that's exactly what it could have been, right? I mean, first of all, you take 2 touchdowns theoretically off the board because the interceptions occurred, and then they went on long drop. The interceptions were dropped, I should say, and then they went on the long drives that ended in touchdowns. 2 of the 3 times they scored touchdowns, it was with a dropped interception earlier in the drive. And then you convert those to points instead of it being 27-20. It's potentially 38-10 or 34-10, whatever it might be. So I look at this. I look at this as you could feel it coming, like a earthquake, the pre-tremors. And I think that their hope is that this was one of those things where, okay, we didn't capitalize on it, but we're putting ourselves in better position. I will say this, and I get teased because I have an affinity for Jeff Hafley, but the fact of the matter is that this is a huge hole in their otherwise impressive defensive resume, and if they're going to be anywhere close to where they want to get in the postseason, they have to take the ball away more. They have to give their offense short fields. They have to, snuff out possessions by their opponents much earlier instead of, my goodness, 2 of those drives by the Giants, like they lost the time of possession battle 36-24, and yet they still won the game. Like that doesn't happen normally.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, we've been waiting for a year and a half for one of these wide receivers to emerge. Somebody step up, somebody show. Is Christian Watson the only one in your mind that over the last 2 years has shown growth?
Oh, that's a
interesting question.
Interesting question. I thank you, Strofe. Took the words right out of my mouth. I would say this. I think he has. First of all, he's been incredibly impressive since he returned.
Mm-hmm.
And it does make you wonder where he'd be if Romeo Doubs didn't get the flu for the regular season finale and Christian Watson doesn't play, right? Because then he's got, theoretically, he's healthy all season, and now he's got 10 games instead of 4 games of what he's done this year. But he's been really, really impressive. I would say he had, obviously, a lot of room to grow, as good as North Dakota State is as a Division I AA or FCS school. He came in, and Tausch always teases me, misquotes me, but he was wiry. I mean, now he's a grown man. Like, he is not just a skinny, fast guy. And so I think he's grown in a ton of ways, certainly in terms of he is so beloved and respected in that locker room on the offensive side of the ball. He just seems to do everything right. So, yes, I think he has shown a ton of growth. You know, I don't know, like, I wouldn't say that Jaden Reed hasn't. Like, obviously he had that stretch last season down the stretch where he wasn't super productive. And he was one of those guys that was just banged up to beat the band. But he, you know, I think he's the other guy that I think you have to keep, in my opinion. And that's not a slight on Romeo Doubs. You know, I just think that those are the two guys that I would have the most trust in, and I'm curious to see if that's what ends up happening long term.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to those two specifically, like, they had, like, the knock on Jaden coming into this year after his first 2 years is, against man coverage, he kind of struggles. And he didn't have the opportunity to show if that's something that he's improved upon because, unfortunately, got injured so early. For Christian Watson, granted, it's been a longer period of time, obviously, than Jaden Reed, but he's just this, you saw him as this tall guy. Oh, high point the football, win these jump balls. Wiry. And that's all we would want from him those first couple of years, Jason, and it didn't happen. And I think of the touchdown, as impressive as the throw was, the catch was just as good. And I don't know if Christian Watson 2 years ago makes that play.
No, and in fairness, and one of the other things I like about him and guys in general who own their mistakes, like when somebody tweets out the video of him defending against the deep pass and it hits him in the back of the helmet, and somebody suggests that he should have caught it, instead of ignoring it, he retweets it and says, yes, he should have. Like, I again, he's not perfect, but I think you're right about the level of growth. I think his growth surpasses any of his fellow wide receivers at this point.
I'm really hung up on the way you phrase that. He's the only one that's shown growth? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I mean, Romeo.
The Reed part is hard because he's hurt.
Because he's hurt. Romeo, I think, has shown growth personally. I don't think he's shown any growth on the football field.
He shows emotion now. He celebrates now. That's growth.
He's the same player that he was basically since he got here.
Mostly reliable. I was actually surprised by the drops last week. I'm not too worried about that as a long-term thing for him. But is his play significantly better than it was a year ago for Romeo?
No.
The answer is no.
Same thing with Dontavian.
Well, shoot, you could argue it's worse this year because he hasn't played. Malik Heath. He's grown, right? Well, and then he gets suspended last week. So
he did not get suspended. He got deactivated and left home. He was not suspended.
Yeah, but okay.
Do we step below suspension?
Do we have any answers on why, or they're just not going to tell us anything?
I asked him 6 ways to Sunday, and all the things he said it wasn't. I have no idea then what it must have been. Like he's now he walks by and just laughs now because he knows that I think he's a knucklehead for not answering the questions.
Okay.
Jason, we certainly appreciate the time. Look forward to hearing you more on Wilde and Tausch, and we will talk to you Sunday at the Tundra Trio.
Jason, noon game. Be there at 10 o'clock, please.
Thank you very much. I look forward to it, boys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It is back. Black Friday at the Ewald Automotive Group. It's their biggest event yet. Shop with vehicles up to $10,000 off or 0% financing or 0 down. They'll do whatever it takes to move all remaining 2025s. Their biggest savings of the year, lowest interest rates, maximum trade-in values. Plus a huge selection because it's only at Ewald. Black Friday, it's back now at Ewald, every Ewald location. It all starts at ewaldauto.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94 is backing up from 27th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, we've got, first of all, crews working on an area right at Highway 100. The crash cushion is being fixed right there, so do be extra careful heading past that scene. And then beyond that, from about 76th Street, you'll see delays all the way to Hawley Road. Other than that, northbound on 41, backing up between North Avenue and Burleigh. And in Fond du Lac, the city of Fond du Lac, northbound 41, we did have a vehicle fire right at Highway 00. They have been able to reopen the freeway one lane. The right lane is still closed with this, so that's why we've got big delays starting from before 23. So if you are heading up for your deer camp, that might be affecting your ride. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly sunny, more sunshine to the north, a high of 47. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners, so they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack selected varieties essential everyday purified water, 2 for $6. 9 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties Old Dutch Crunch, Ripple, or Restaurant Tortilla Chips, 2 for $5.50. 64 ounce selected varieties Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice, $2.99. 75 to 80 count or 12 ounce selected varieties Lysol Disinfecting Wipes or Spray, $4.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking to escape the cold or take a midday break? Get your game on at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, where it's always golf season. Play more than 2,000 courses, including over 50 right here in Wisconsin. And even that famous course where they hand out green jackets. Top tech simulators, great food, and the best Bloody Marys around. This is your year-round slice of summer. Bays start at just $35 an hour, Monday through Friday. Book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Could you do 50 straight days of burgers?
That was very condescending. I just
No,
want to be clear
that's
on
not.
this.
Let's put our heads together.
Again, I have children. I know condescending when I hear it.
Come on,
on 94.5 ESPN.
Strofe, our cousin sub of the day today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy as we get ready for Packers-Vikings Sunday at Lambeau Field. Packers looking to end a 2-game losing streak at home, which is disappointing because I thought they could maybe reestablish a home field advantage this year, but that's for naught.
No, you didn't.
I did. We talked about it at length on this show.
But aren't you the Lambeau mystique doesn't exist anymore guy?
To me, like mystique. The only reason any mystique exists inside of any place is because of the players currently playing. Like Chewy talked about all the time of they knew before the game even started at Lambeau that they would win because they were a dominant team. They were a great team.
Really good team.
And that's the only way you actually have home field advantage is like you have that mentality when you're at home, right? And I thought the way they played the first 2 games against Detroit, against Washington, I thought, okay, this could potentially be a really good team with a great defense, and that's how you make Lambeau Field a place. And Lambeau was rocking too, right? Like when you're playing that well, Lambeau gets rocking the way it was the first couple of games. Okay, this is going to be a true home field advantage, and now that's you lose to Carolina at home, and
I think that's out the window.
That goes out the window. But do you guys agree with the question that I asked Jason about? Has anybody else shown you growth at that wide receiver position? Because it's a position that we have talked about a lot over the last 2 years. Going into last year, well, I mean, they're just so deep there. Somebody's going to emerge. Nobody emerges.
Yeah.
You think that maybe Jaden Reed's about to, and then he disappears for the final 6 games.
Yeah.
And so you come into this year, you add Matthew Golden and Savion Williams. I don't think we can talk about their growth as rookies, right? That growth happens certainly over time. I'm talking about the guys that have been here for at least 2 years, and because you hear people talk about all the time, that year 2 to 3 jump that people can make, that players can make. And I feel like the criticisms that we've had of some of the receivers that can be fixed, right? Like, as much as I wish Romeo Doubs would be faster, he can't fix that. That's just, the speed is what the speed is at this point. But for Christian Watson, when he initially came in, man, he's this big guy. What if he won some jump balls? And he's been more competitive on those jump ball situations. Because like Homer and I feel like we joked a couple of times when I was doing Green Bay Game Night with Homer that you throw one up to Christian Watson, it's not a 50-50 ball. It's like an 80-20 ball the other way because he was just uncompetitive in those situations. And that has completely changed.
Totally.
Now, do I wish his ball tracking skills was a little bit better? Yes. And then you don't have the situation where he's trying to defend and the ball hits the back of his helmet.
Do I want Christian Watson to be Devontae Adams? Yes, I do.
Yeah, but it's a completely different skill set, right? And I feel like we've seen that growth of him being more physical, him being more competitive in those jump ball situations, him learning how to use his body to kind of shield defenders off of him and be able to make some of those catches. I keep going back to the touchdown that he caught to win the game against the Giants. I get 2 years ago, I don't think he makes that catch.
I don't know if 2 years ago Love makes that throw.
Well, that was just outside of Toyota-thon, so correct. He wouldn't have made that throw at that time 2 years ago.
Excuse me. Yes, you're right. Yeah, look, I thought it was a really interesting question by you in the way in which you phrased it, because I thought you were just going to go simply with the question I think we all would say yes to, which is, has Christian Watson proven he's the most complete receiver on this team? I think since he's returned from that ACL injury, the answer's been yes. I think he's been a rock star in the 4 games he's played this year, dating back to that win at Pittsburgh. Now, the part about that question that I'm hung up on, where I can't give you a total firm yes, is the what-if part with Jaden Reed. Because I thought he had a very nice start to the season, albeit a game and a quarter against Detroit and getting hurt early against Washington in week 2.
Three catches for 45 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, so I'd like to see what he is when he gets back, because obviously when you are missing the leading receiver for your team each of the last 2 years, well, that's going to be a hard question, or a harder question to answer.
And he was attempting to play through a foot injury which
is now fixed. Packers to the ball,
maybe he shouldn't have tried to play through.
Probably not.
But that had nothing to do with him getting his shoulder injury. Those were two just completely separate situations.
He's a tough SOB, is what that means.
I think we learned that.
Very tough man. I am really intrigued to see when they open that 21-day window. I was hopeful it would be this week. And
he was hopeful it was going to be this week.
I mean, tweeting pictures of himself getting all fired up. Yeah. So when he returns, I'm really intrigued to see what the first 3 or 4 weeks for him look like. But to answer your question as it stands on November 21st, the answer is yes, Christian Watson is the only one who seemingly has made a significant jump. Not just a a marginal, okay, yeah, he's a little bit better. He looks more like a vet now. Christian Watson looks like a true number one receiver each of the last 4 weeks, and that's only on 4 or 5 targets every week. If he starts getting the opportunity and the looks that a guy like Romeo Doubs gets, 8 targets, 9 targets, 10 targets a week, I think we're having a very different conversation about Christian Watson than even the one we're having today. But what we've seen through 4 games back for Christian Watson looks like he could be that guy who ultimately gets the first long-term extension. I know he got the year extension before he returned from the ACL, so you will have him and Reed and Wicks and Golden and Williams all under contract in 2026. But he could be the guy, or next year when they're picking between those 3, Wicks, Reed, and Watson, he's the one that's getting the long-term deal.
Yeah, I see the growth out of him, we've been waiting for that out of anybody. Oh, someone's going to emerge. Well, he's emerging. And when you see that, again, I feel like this is almost a weekly thing at this point where, okay, do we have to be giving Romeo Doubs this many targets?
Well,
do we have to be throwing the ball the way? And I don't think this is, by the way, just a Matt LaFleur thing. I think this is a Jordan Love thing where he trusts Romeo implicitly in situations, because there have been a few times where I've gone back and watched games and you see somebody like Matthew Golden running a similar route, an in-breaking route, and the ball just doesn't come out on time, or, maybe that guy's on his hip. But if Romeo is there, I think Jordan throws the football because he trusts Romeo because they've had the longest relationship.
Yeah,
I just wish Jordan. I wish Jordan would trust guys like, and it seems like he does trust Christian because he's thrown a couple up to him. But I just wish he would trust more. For somebody like Matthew Golden. Obviously he had some trust in Savion Williams throwing one up to him. I just wish he had more of that trust in some of the other guys than he does with Romeo. Because
is it a trust thing? Is it an opportunity thing? Right? Is it just going through his reads and there's not a ton of number one looks for Matthew Golden? Right? I don't know. Right? Because it feels like.
But I don't think it's just a Matt LaFleur thing.
No,
I've been critical of LaFleur for a lot of different things. I think there's a Jordan Love element of, hey,
he's the one throwing the football.
Throw the football to him when he is that number one read, because, again, there are times when it seems like he's there and he seems hesitant to throw the football for whatever reason.
It feels like we're in a similar but also very different spot from 2022, was it, with Rodgers when Alan Lazard was the number one receiver? It's like, okay, dude, throw it to somebody other than Alan Lazard. He's not very good.
Yeah,
now,
but the problem was
nobody else was either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Watson was growing,
but the difference
at that time.
The difference here is, I think we have, if we look at the Packers roster, I think you and I would agree, the Packers have several wide receivers where you go, okay, I could trust him in a spot, right? Like that Savion Williams play last week on third down. Not only was it a spectacular play by Jordan Love, it was a great adjustment and great catch by Savion Williams. And that was really the first big spot we've seen him in that wasn't a design dump off where, okay, you're getting the ball at the line of scrimmage, now go do something with it. It was the first opportunity where it's downfield, Savion Williams has to make an adjustment and make a play on the football. And that's a good sign. But is that a guy, a third-round pick rookie, that you're going to consistently trust in?
No, he
like
only
that?
played 2 snaps. That was one of 2 snaps that he played on offense.
That's what I'm saying. I know
he's
been
still in a walking
Yeah, I was going to say he's dealing with that injury, so he's not on the field a ton right now.
He's playing without the walking boot and then slapping that sucker right back on and going out.
Slapping that sucker right back on.
Don't see that often.
No, you do not. Now, real quick, I know we got to get to break, but I mean, obviously, the take that you just talked about with Jason between you and Joshy has gotten more run this week on Josh Jacobs. But I think the thing that Josh has said this week that I agree with the most is something he said on Monday, and that is simply, I'm over Romeo Doubs. I like Romeo Doubs. I think he has a spot on this team and he has a spot on the field, but I don't think it's as the number one read. I don't think it's as the number one receiver.
Josh, how long have we been having that conversation?
I feel like I've been screaming this from the rooftops now for the better part of 2 years.
Well, you weren't at a rooftop near me, apparently, because I missed this.
Josh and I have had this different conversation about Romeo Doubs.
In order, once Reed returns, in my opinion, for the rest of this season, as far as I'm aware, when it goes to opportunity, snap count, and targets, it should go in this order. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, and list. And then obviously that's maybe for Romeo Doubs.
Look, I agree with you. I'm curious to see what happens with Jaden, just because, as we talked about coming into the season, they have only used him pretty exclusively as a slot receiver. And that affects his snap count when they don't line him up on the outside.
Let's do a truth serum here, because I think we probably, all three of us, agree the hierarchy he just said, Strofe, is probably the right one we think would probably work. You could probably interchange Golden and Reed based on like
in terms of snap counts and whatever.
I won't throw too big of a fit there.
Right. Flip-flop them.
But those should be, in some order, those should be your top 3.
Yes. Now let's truth serum. What will the order actually be when they come back?
Romeo, Jaden, Christian.
Mm-hmm. That's sort of what I think.
Yeah.
Because I think Jaden's almost certainly going to, if he's healthy enough and his snap count's able to get up there, they want to keep that short stuff, and he's their yak guy now that there's no Tucker Kraft.
Where does Malik Heath fit in?
He obviously doesn't.
Yeah, that's
well, no. Is Josh Jacobs healthy? Yes or no? Is actually the follow-up question there.
Josh Jacobs will be healthy, but Malik Heath ain't playing.
What they want to use him for his blocking ability?
Yeah, from time to time, but not going to be that much.
I really want to know what he did, Malik Heath, to not travel with the team. I just really want to know. It's like the Romeo Dobbs thing all over again. Now, it's actually not at all.
And we got to the bottom of the Romeo Dobbs thing.
And I don't know that we'll ever get to the bottom of the Malik Heath thing, which is what's so strange about it.
Yeah, that nobody's saying anything about it.
Right, like at least in Dallas, right? CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens don't play the first series. Okay, they were at the casino too late. There's your answer. I want an answer. Is that too much to ask for? I just want answers, Gabe.
Look, I wish I could give you one. I wish I could. Cheez-It, the legendary snack cracker. It's now available as a frozen pizza. Each crust, giant, original Cheez-It flavor cracker crust that's square-shaped, ultra-thin, super crispy, and, of course, it's the perfect amount of Cheez-It flavor. And because it's made by Palermo's, you know they're going to pair great sauce, great toppings with that. So you can get it in Italian 4-cheese, cheddar jack supreme, and pepperoni. Plus, it has one of the shortest bake times. You'll be going from freezing to cheesing in as few as 8 minutes. Find Cheez-It frozen pizza in your favorite grocer's frozen pizza section.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstoKidsToyDrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
If you want something that's breathtakingly one-of-a-kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Will he or won't he play? That is the question when it comes to Packers running back Josh Jacobs in Sunday's game against the Minnesota Vikings at Lambeau Field. Jacobs left last week's win over over the New York Giants in the second quarter due to a knee contusion. Jacob says it's all up to the swelling in his knee, but if it's up to him, he'll be on the field.
I'm truly really day-to-day, really day-to-day. I also know me, I'm always try to, go. I never really believe in missing games or anything like that.
It's Packers-Vikings at noon on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Packers, 6-point favorites. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We are here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank, equal housing lender, NMLS 433891.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You mentioned Super Bowls and parties and how they don't go hand in hand, which again is an absurd comment by you two, but it's just one of many on the show.
Dumber thing that Chewy has said this morning. Super Bowls and parties don't go hand in hand, or cheddar is not a top 10 cheese.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Stroke, do you feel better that you are not alone? I mean, Josh and I have also been on this team, that you're not alone in the panic cleaning when the significant other is coming back home.
I mean, do I feel better? No, I just figured that was the case.
He's figured everybody did it. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. Dylan saying, panic cleaning 1,000%. I now budget time specifically for that. My free time ends 4 hours before she's back.
4 hours is crazy work. I gave myself about 90 minutes, and that was plenty. But that was cleaning the counters, it was doing the dishes, it was making the bed, which I never do when she's out of town. Never do that.
That's conspicuous. You can't go too far.
Yeah, look, I hate the hate might be strong. I dislike people that act like they're more of an adult than you, or they're better than you, or they have more of a routine than you strictly because they start their day by making their bed. You're all full of crap. You make your bed when you wake up?
No, because my wife is still in the bed when I leave.
Oh, yeah, and that's probably the same for Josh.
Correct.
I typically wake up
Although I now have to, when I go home today, I will end up making the bed because my wife doesn't make the bed when she gets up because the dog now just stays in bed until I come home after I'm done with the show.
Oh, I love that.
So he just stays up there, and she can't make the bed if our 70-pound dog is still laying on the bed. So that's kind of fallen in. And I love going to bed in a nicely made bed. Like, there's just something about going.
I'll do it before I go to bed. I'll make it and then get in it.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Just go to bed.
Yeah, but like when I wake up, the sheets are everywhere.
Yeah.
I especially if I'm sleeping alone. I roll, I move, I kick.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm an active sleeper.
Make the bed and then go.
I'll reorganize. Basically,
That's
like
probably the better word.
Shift things around because, like you, the dog will get in there.
Yeah.
And the sheets it'll turn a tornado because sometimes we get the zoomies in bed, and then it's just. Everything's twisted up. So you got to get things back in sleeping position.
That's that golden energy, though, right there.
Yeah.
The zoomies in bed.
But unless it's fresh sheets, I'm not making a bed.
At all?
I'll make it look nicer, but I'm not making beds. No.
All right. Can you pull that? Is the first thing you do in the morning make your bed?
But does Mussolini make the bed?
Not that often.
Okay.
But it's more of now, when you say make bed, I'm thinking like making it look like perfect.
Yeah.
Like you have guests over. No. Will she make it look nicer and sort of pull things, center things and put pillows back? Yeah, sure.
My girlfriend makes it 5 times a week.
Okay.
Which is absurd to me. She was gone for 5 days. I made it once, and that was before she got home.
I think it is a little more adult that just shows you're ready for a little responsibility. Hey, take care of the little things. Take care of the little things, and then the big things take care of themselves. That's the way I look at making the bed.
Say
it's
that
just
one
a
more
little
time.
thing.
That was a good piece of advice.
take care of the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves.
You're a profound human. Do you know that about yourself?
Oh, that is something that has been drilled into me. That was something that my freshman football coach always said. It's the little things, gentlemen. It's the little things. Because you focus on those little things, and all those little things add up to a big thing.
What position did you play?
In freshman year, I was a quarterback.
Quarter or corner?
Quarter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I switched to receiver when we had injuries my junior year. So then I played, or my sophomore year. I was still playing some JV quarterback, but then I was playing wide receiver.
People forget how great of an athlete Gabe Neitzel was.
I went to a small school. Everybody had to play.
You played college baseball?
Yeah. Did that.
Means you're a good athlete. People forget. I'm just saying. People forget.
Okay. We'll get to more Packers Vikings. That is coming up next in 2 minutes. Jen, give it to you.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
A little bit slow eastbound 94 right now from 76th Street through the Holly Road area. Westbound is pretty tight from 27th Street to Holly Road. Southbound 43 now starting to slow down a bit from Keefe down towards Locust. On the northbound side, not too bad. It's just starting to build up in volume there. Westbound 894, watch for backups from 27th Street out past Loomis, with the eastbound side slowing down into the Loomis area. Other than that, northbound 41 is backed up from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh, with the southbound side from Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly sunny, more sunshine to the north, a high of 47. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. Weather's brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Feel better, recover faster, and relax deeper with your own in-home infrared sauna. Visit their showroom in Waukesha or go to goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play. Craig Carmison on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Interesting question that I was just tweeted at G916 on Twitter. When discussing the Packers wide receiver growth this morning, when do you ask the question, does Packers' current system hinder the growth of a young wide receiver? When do wide receivers start to look at the Packers' wide receiver room as a black hole for wide receivers, just like the Jets and Browns are black holes for quarterbacks?
Wow. It's a little strong of a comparison.
I understand where he's coming from, and I think part of that is the Packers like, we just like to spread the ball around, throw the ball to the open guy. I think that if you do start to emerge, they will start to feature you. And again, That's a chicken and egg type of conversation, right? Like, do you emerge because you get the opportunities, or do you kind of show that you have that ability and then those opportunities follow? I would argue that if you show you have the ability, those opportunities are eventually going to come your way because you just look at Tucker Kraft.
Yep.
And the way that everybody talked about his growth and the way he was starting to hit his stride before the unfortunate injury. But after going how many ever games with not throwing the ball to somebody 10 times, he had 10 targets and 9 targets in back-to-back games. So it was very obvious that the Packers had gone, hey, we got to make sure we're getting the ball in Tucker Kraft's hands, and we got to start giving him more opportunities.
I fully agree. I don't want this to be viewed as me not agreeing. I believe Tucker Kraft would have been and continued to be the number one pass catcher on the Packers. Okay? I think he is outrageously talented. And it sucks they lost him for the year. I preface all this with that to say this. Are we positive it would have continued in the Matt LaFleur offense?
Yes. Because you don't have to go that far to see what they did with Devontae Adams when Devontae was here. Devontae was a special talent, and they made sure they got him the football. It was the same thing with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones was somebody that they trusted and still threw the ball to, despite, again, they handed the ball off to him a ton of times, obviously, as well.
With Kraft sidelined, You're viewing it through the prism of Matt LaFleur views Josh Jacobs as the only special talent in terms of a skill position on offense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think is incorrect or unfair. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. Then, yeah, I think you're probably right.
I don't think that the wide receiver room is a black hole in this offense because, again, this offense will feature guys. You look at what they do and have done for years in Los Angeles and with the Rams. I mean, Puka Nacua. Cooper Kupp. Those guys were featured. Obviously, Devontae's getting his opportunities there in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Anybody had any questions on whether or not the Packers should have signed him this offseason?
So I think if you show you have that ability, that you're undeniable, I would just argue that there's nobody in that Packers wide. Even if Jaden Reed,
there's not.
Like Jaden Reed, I think he'd be a good player. I don't think he's this undeniable guy that you have to get the ball to 12 to 15 times a game or throw the ball his way that many targets.
I think as of this moment, and I don't think we can talk about Jaden Reed just with him being sidelined currently, but I think as of this moment, there's only 2 guys I think could really get to that point. And that one is Christian Watson. The other could be Matthew Golden. But unfortunately, as much as we thought maybe in his rookie season that would be the case, through 10 games, it just hasn't been. And I don't know that that's his ability. I don't know if it's the opportunity or lack thereof that he's been given. That's the hard part to figure out with exactly what Matthew Golden is, because I remember, I think it was you, Josh, you was really pounding the table earlier this season saying, hey, it's undeniable, just get him the football. I don't know if that's still the case through 10 games. I think he's got a ridiculous amount of raw talent, but he just seemingly hasn't been able to put it together where he's had that big game. I think he had a 100-yard all-purpose game, just one, but he hasn't been in the end zone yet.
If there were to be a team you picked in the NFL to have a guy capable of a lot more but not able to show it because of the circumstances, isn't Green Bay and the pass catchers the number one spot you would pick?
No.
In terms of pass catchers only or any position?
Pass catchers. It's like the Packers learn the lesson the hard way every single time. They make the wrong decision first before being forced into the good decision oftentimes. It is their whole MO. They aren't going to feature the guys they need to until they're forced to feature them. Remember when Jamal Williams was getting more touches than Aaron Jones? Was that right?
At times.
Okay. Yeah. See, we gotta find ways to make it. It's just how things happen in Green Bay, and it always has.
Well, because the thing with Aaron Jones is like the inconsistent. Like you knew early in the game whether or not Aaron Jones was going to have 100 yards or if he was going to have 19 yards on 10 carries.
Yeah, you did.
Right, and I think you kind of knew that early, and you kind of you were able to figure that out. And okay, maybe this is going to be a Jamal Williams game.
It's just
did the Jamal Williams games happen probably a little too often? Sure, yes. But I also think there was some Aaron Jones culpability in there as well.
It's just, to me, it's very clear when you watch, wow, that guy looks explosive. Wow, that guy seems to be separating well. And then you see who they're then feeding targets to, and you're going, not as explosive, not as open, but getting the ball a lot. And the only other possible explanation we could have is he's running the wrong routes. Or he's not running them to the right depth. Like, that's the only stuff we could possibly manufacture for Romeo Doubs being as targeted as he is at this point.
And I've brought this example up probably 3 or 4 times now this week. But it's just those little things. Like there was a play in the game on Sunday where Matthew Golden, his job was to clear his man-to-man coverage, clear out the defenders, and you ran Romeo Doubs on this little underneath route that for Romeo Doubs, and it was third and 8 or whatever, he had to stretch to get that 8 yards because running after the catch is not a strength of Romeo Doubs. Flip that around. See if Matthew Golden can do that. Have Romeo clear everybody out. Have the fast guy run the underneath route. See if he can get that little catch and run going.
I mean, we see this all the time across the NFL. There are guys who, not due to anything they're really doing, and maybe it's like locker room stuff, which would be impossible for us to diagnose.
Yeah.
But there's guys who, once they're given the opportunity, everyone goes, oh my God, what do we got here? Like the one I'm thinking of right now, Sean Tucker for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they give that guy opportunities, he has incredibly productive games. The problem is he just wasn't given opportunity. And it seems like that's happened in the past with a lot of Packers players of, whoa, what do we I mean,
so it sounds like to me, Josh, that you're agreeing a little bit with Coach Paul in this tweet, that the Packers wide receiver, maybe not as strong as him, saying that the wide receiver room is a black hole because they're just going to spread targets around.
Yeah, no.
But it seems like you agree with it at least in spirit.
In spirit, I do. I do think
black hole is probably strong.
I do think the cream rises to the top eventually. And if you prove it for a long enough period of time and the opportunity strikes whenever it may, then yeah.
Who's the cream, Joshy?
I mean,
Matthew Golden.
Yeah, the cream is Matthew Golden. And you could say Christian Watson.
I was going to say, is there a little Watson love there?
He could also fit into that category. But the problem is they like what they've got from Romeo Doubs, and it ain't changing, buddy.
And you don't like what they've got from Romeo Doubs.
I think you would have to ignore the obvious to be like, yes, this guy helps this offense be explosive.
It seems like they're okay. Like my guess is Romeo's not making a lot of mistakes.
Yes,
and they would rather have that than somebody who's a little more explosive but might make a mistake because they're growing, which is the opposite of what this team is built on, because they're the youngest team in the NFL every year, and mistakes are going to happen. And the whole point is, young guys are going to make mistakes, but then they're going to learn from them, and they just haven't given those opportunities.
Leave those mistakes to Matthew Golden now, right? I mean, you're out of excuses for Watson and Dobbs. You're out of excuses for Reed and Wicks. Williams and Golden are rookies, so sure, here and there I'll allow it. But that's it. I mean, we have to stop using the youngest team in the league thing as a crutch. You just have to. They're not they're the youngest team in the league by age. They are not the youngest team in the league when it comes to experience. They're just not. These guys have been in big-time games 2 years in a row. And that's the thing that bothers me about that stat, which, albeit true, and that's the nice part about some of the contractual situations they're in terms of rookie deals, but these are guys who have played for division titles, or been in the mix, I should say. They haven't won one in each of the last 2 years, with Detroit being as good as they are, but they've been in playoff games each of the last 2 years. These are guys who have valuable NFL experience and have played a lot of football the last 2 years. So, sure, youngest team in the league by all means, but youngest team in the league with serious championship expectations coming into the season, and that can't change because those dumb mistakes continue to happen. They can't happen. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
Well, yeah, but especially with these next 3 games.
Oh, big time. Yeah. I mean, this is, if we haven't said it enough this week, these next 3 games are absolutely crucial to what this team will be this season. If they go 0-3, which I do not think will happen, but if in the case they do.
0-3, they miss the playoffs.
Bingo. They will not be a playoff team if they go 0-3.
0-3, they
which
miss the playoffs.
Again, I don't think they do. But I'm just throwing it out there because as they have proven, and a lot of teams have proven this in the NFL. I mean, last night.
I was about to say, just take a look at last night.
Houston has seemingly turned it around after I think they were an 0-3 start. But Houston beats Buffalo. Kansas City's 5-5. Green Bay has lost to Carolina and Cleveland. Anybody can beat anybody this year in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, if the Packers go 0-3, which again, do not think they will, they're not a playoff team.
Let me tell you about our good friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it comes to your home, the smart play is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. I'm just the latest to trust Gina Della and that great team over at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And this month, thanks to Gina Della, you can score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 72 months. That's right, 0% interest up to 72 months. It's a drive you could sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable, which what you need in winter here in Wisconsin, thanks to incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping the drafts. So just be like us here at ESPN Milwaukee. Take advantage. Schedule that free consultation today at PellaWI.com. And when you use Pella Windows and Doors Wisconsin, make sure you tell them that Gabe Neitzel sent you.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we got some backups westbound 94 from about 27th Street all the way to about Holly Road. Eastbound's just a little bit backed up from 76th Street to Holly. Southbound 41, a little heavy from Silver Spring down past Hampton. Northbound slowing from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. And other than that, everything is rolling along pretty well. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny skies with more sunshine to the north, a high of 47. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Big ideas deserve a big story and the right audience. At Saturn Lounge, we bring your marketing to life with branding, websites, digital marketing, and video storytelling that stands out from the crowd. Whether it's a TV spot, a campaign, or content built to connect, Saturn Lounge is where strategy meets creativity. From the first spark of an idea to the final cut, we're here to make your message shine across every platform. Ready to make your marketing a success? Step into the spotlight with Saturn Lounge, your launchpad for bigger, better marketing. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Feel better, recover faster, and relax deeper, all from home. Infrared saunas from Good Health Saunas use safe, radiant heat that warms your body from the inside out, helping flush toxins, improve circulation, and melt away your stress. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. I've had my Good Health sauna for a few years now, and I use it almost every day. My skin's clearer, I sleep better, and I feel amazing. Stop by the Good Health Sauna showroom in Waukesha to see the models in person, or visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Muy bueno. Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We seem pretty confident that this Packers defense is going to come up and show up to play and potentially get those opportunities against J.J. McCarthy because, well, J.J.'s put the ball in harm's way at a pretty frequent basis when he's been healthy for the Minnesota Vikings. Mm-hmm. The defense, to me, has to show up and play. I think they played probably better than, again, they gave up 20 points, but they had a lot of opportunities at those interceptions. But you got to make those plays. For a team that has harped as much as they have about turnovers. We need more turnovers. We got to get more turnovers. We put a turnover siren in our meeting room.
That is still the funniest thing, given what this season has been through the first 10 games. Like, we talked about that all August. Oh, this defense is going to be so good. And they have been, right? They've been pretty darn good.
They have given up the same amount of points this year than last year in terms of points per game. I think it's just under 20, 19.9.
Okay.
Which is really impressive considering they haven't been able to force those turnovers.
Yeah.
So because they haven't forced those turnovers, I actually feel better about this defense in terms of, again, that's the obvious thing to say because you have Micah Parsons now on this defense.
That's true. That does help.
You have most of the other defense returning from a year ago, and they were pretty good, even a year ago. So you add Micah Parsons. So, yeah, it's obvious that you should feel better about this defense. But Jason, when Jason joined us earlier, if you missed that conversation, check out the ESPN Wisconsin app. They do have to start hitting those turnovers if they want to get through this stretch of their next 3 games at 2-1. Heck, if they want to be 3-0, they have to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to them, and they cannot drop those interceptions. They can't be running into each other, falling over each other, trying to pick off passes when they get those opportunities. Because again, it's not just to me. And it'll be tougher in the Dome, certainly, because Jared Goff is a different player inside versus outside when he doesn't have to wear the 2 gloves that he did this last week when it was frigid 45 degrees in Philadelphia. But you're going to get opportunities this week against JJ. Caleb's going to give you some opportunities. He hasn't been the most accurate guy this year. In a couple of weeks, you're going to have opportunities. You have to take advantage because you're not. When I say these guys are going to give you opportunities, it's not going to be like Jameis, who gave you 5 chances.
Oh, yeah.
You might only get 1, and you have to take advantage. And it can't be, oh, I dropped it, I can't believe it, and go and surrender Cobra on top of the helmet after you dropped an interception.
Surrendered Cobra.
Surrender Cobra? You know, some familiar with that?
I've never heard that phrase for surrender. Hands on the helmet.
Yeah, well, hands on your head, surrender Cobra.
Huh?
Really?
Are you asking me or Gabe?
Yeah, I mean, that's talked about constantly. They talk about it on broadcasts, on TV.
Surrendered.
Yeah. Surrender Cobra.
I've just always said hands on the head.
Well, do you understand why?
Yes, it looks like a cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
That has been something that's been said now for the better part of
Okay,
2
hold
decades.
on, Joshy. Slow down a minute. You've known me for 5 years.
Yes.
Okay, that's half a decade. Yes or no question. I'm going to allow you to take it because it's Friday and I'm in a good mood. Yes or no, Alex Strofe is the smartest person you've ever met?
No.
Alex Strofe closer to the dumbest person you've ever met than smartest person you've ever met. Are you surprised when Alex Strofe doesn't know something?
In this case, yes, because it's sports and that's all you do.
It's fair.
Well, that actually,
it's not like it's.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Before you go, I actually set him up to be hurtful.
Yeah.
Ended up more hurtful than I anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, again, because he's 100% right. Like this isn't something that you get by watching the latest show on HBO.
Right, enough of the side tangent. Do you think they use the jugs machine both for cornerbacks and wide receivers this week?
I hope so.
I do too.
Just working on the side, get that jugs machine, especially for Carrington Valentine. Had a couple of opportunities, couldn't haul him in.
Was it Devontae Adams who had the commercial where he just like had his hands right by the jugs machine? And was it Taco Bell commercial, maybe? Am I making this up?
Man, Taco Bell is the only one I'm familiar of Devontae consistently being in their commercials.
Did he actually have one in his house?
Okay. Is that a serious question? I hope to God it's not a serious question.
Be kind of sick, though, wouldn't it?
Okay, no, it would not.
I mean, I know you love your brisket. You're a pretty good chef, from my understanding.
I don't want to talk. I don't think I want any restaurant in my house. Because then you would feel like you'd have to eat it all the time.
Yeah, but takes out the hard part of working, cooking. Although I like cooking. It's a good escape from reality for a little bit.
We've solved the have a restaurant in your house thing.
Put a stove in the house.
It's called a personal chef.
Yeah. You do that too.
Yeah, because I make enough money for that.
Well, I think Devontae does.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
You understand why I mentioned that and Devontae Adams, and you know, it's pretty straightforward.
I got it. Yeah. Sorry.
But
what were we talking about?
Do you think this defense can take the steps necessary? Because look, this is a defensive first team.
They better.
No matter how the rest of the season plays out, I think the defense is going to be better than the offense. because they've got better players on that side of the football. They've been more consistent than the offense all season long. And the defense has to lead the way, which means they've got to make plays when presented to them, right? You can't, and it's not even just the interceptions. It is other members of the defensive line. You got to get pressure other than Mike Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are getting one-on-one opportunities. You have to take advantage of those opportunities and not just rely on Micah getting all the pressures for the Packers.
Yeah, as great as he's been, you're absolutely right. I mean, we've talked plenty this week about Rashawn Gary and the disappointment he's been since, week 3? He had 2 sacks in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
But hasn't had a sack in any game other than that since week 3.
No, so he had sacks in 3 straight games,
Yep,
went a couple,
after 3 weeks.
and then he had 2.
Did he have one in the Carolina
He
game,
had
maybe?
one. No, it was the one before Pittsburgh.
So what, Arizona?
Arizona. He had a sack there because he had 4.5 in the first 3, and then he had 3 in those 2 games, and that's how he's got a 7.5
in the last month.
Correct. Has not gotten anything in the last 3 games.
Woof. And played less than J.J. Nickbarian.
In the most recent game, and he hasn't touched a quarterback in 2 games.
That's great. How much money does he make again?
This is a good chunk, 13th most at his position.
Could he afford a personal chef? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's concerning.
If you make $25 million a year, you can afford a personal chef.
Well, that's my point, Gabe.
Yeah.
And if you're making $25 million a year, you should at least put your hands on a quarterback once a game. I'm not asking for a sack every game.
Do we play the Rashawn Gary audio from Matt LaFleur on this show?
Go ahead. Just even if we have, it's worth refreshing everybody what Matt LaFleur had to say about Rashawn Gary.
It's frustrating. Be ready. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it was just, I would say, a byproduct of the game. He's never been a huge snap count guy.
Oh, great.
Great. If you look at the course of his career.
Which is a true statement.
But, yeah, just every game could unfold a little bit differently.
Well,
and I think JJ, I think he's been doing a heck of a job. So I'd say
we're
that's
good there.
more
I don't need to
just
hear about JJ
credit
anymore.
to how
While true, he's never been a huge snap count guy. While true, still frustrating. Also, second point on that. How much money does he make again?
It's like 25 a year.
Not a big snap count guy. He's a Pro Bowler last year. He's supposed to be like when you trade for Micah Parsons' game. I just want to make sure we still have this in November when we talked about it at the end of August. When you trade for Micah Parsons, the expectation is you have 2 of the top 15 highest paid edge rushers in football. Number 1, and you said what, number 12, 13? That should be, on paper, the most dominant edge rushers in football. Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
And one of them has been, by all means. Micah Parsons has been dominant and awesome and generational. He's amazing. Rashawn Gary, on the other hand, very good start to the season, very disappointing since.
This will probably frustrate you even a little bit more. And then we've got to get to Craig Karmazin. So each of the last 3 games, Micah Parsons been up over 80% of the snaps played defensively. There are 3 times in his career that Rashawn Gary has played 80% of the snaps.
Never been a big snap count guy.
He's never played 90% in any game.
That doesn't shock me as much, to be honest. But the 80% one does.
Yeah, I mean Micah has touched 90% a couple of times this year for the Packers.
Can I ask a question about that position before we get to Craig?
Sure.
Have we given up on LVN? I know he's been hurt, but
I don't think we've given up on him. He's just hurt.
I think that's your edge rusher starting opposite Micah Parsons 2026 season.
I'm just making sure.
I thought he flashed at times.
I did too.
Some pretty impressive play.
Prior to the injury, I agree.
Yes.
Now,
and honestly,
it sounds like he could return this week. Is my understanding?
He was limited in practice each of the last 2 days.
Now, so that's a good sign. But obviously, that would mean a limited snap count. But even if he's able to rotate in a little bit opposite Micah, or even with Micah, and you put Micah inside like you've done a couple times or several times this year, get him on the field.
I think
maybe
they will.
And maybe Rashawn looks even better.
Because honestly, if we're talking, especially for next year, Like, that's the type of guy. I want the high-effort energy guy opposite of Micah, because that other guy's going to be relentless, and he's going to win those one-on-ones that he's going to eventually get because he's just relentless and constantly going after
and Micah
the other
can
guy.
flush him towards, which would then, like, if your motor's going and the angle of attack changes, that's a great spot for LVN to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that should give us a little bit more hope when he's back on the field and 100% healthy.
I think LVN is going to have a really good year next year.
I want him to have a really good year the second half of this year.
It all depends upon if he's able to get out there.
It depends how healthy he is.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked that, because it clearly played a role in Rashawn's good start when all three of those guys were
without
healthy
a doubt.
And they played them, all three of them on the field together. Not quite a bit, but a bit.
But enough.
Yeah, where it was noticeable.
Yeah, enough, and the three of them were able to get after the quarterback.
So not a huge snap count guy. Not a big pressure guy. Losing snaps to a back of the roster.
Can we take a
depth
break?
and he's best when there's two other pass rushers who are playing well on the field.
Go to break.
Hey, ESPN Milwaukee listeners, Josh DiMaggio here for my friends at Wanna Parlay, my favorite daily fantasy sports app with the absolute largest payouts on parlays. You've heard me talk about them before, but it's football season, and it is time to get into the action. I'm looking at a 5-way anytime touchdown parlay. I've got Rashee Rice, Aaron Jones to score on the Packers, T. Higgins to score a touchdown, Jamison Williams, and Trey McBride. Here's what you should do. Download the Wanna Parlay app, click around it when you decide to upload money to play and get into the action. Use promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. Download the Wanna Parlay app and use promo code JGC. And let's play the world's richest parlay today. You must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got westbound 94, our usual backups from before 27th Street to Holly Road. Eastbound's backing up from 84th Street to Holly Road. And then on northbound 41, backing up from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. But other than that, everything else looks to be rolling along just fine. Not seeing any other incidents. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly sunny, more sunshine to the north, a high of 47. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. Weather is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with Bartolotta gift cards. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Guys, Closets by Design Milwaukee is doing something really special this holiday season. They've launched a holiday food drive to help families right here in our community. Their goal is to make sure at least 100 local families enjoy a full holiday meal this season. Closets by Design in Mequon is family owned and operated by Doug and Cindy Gowert. Giving back is just part of who they are. As Doug says, when times are tough, family and community come first. So they're asking all of us, all of our loyal listeners, to join their mission. Pack the van, feed a fam. Stop by 6040 West Executive Drive in Mequon during business hours and drop off non-perishable food, toiletries, or cash donations. Bring the kids, man. There's nothing better than bringing your kids when you're doing a donation so that they see you giving back to the community. They recognize that they can have an impact in other people's lives at an early age. Let's help fill the Closets by Design van and make sure no family goes hungry this holiday season. Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The other side of the world, and I'll let you know if I want to come back and coach your little game.
Jay Peterman.
Ian Rappaport tweeting yesterday, and I thought this was interesting.
Oh, lady.
The Broncos the
That was
last 2 weeks. You guys done?
I got more.
On 94.5 ESPN. It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No.
Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one champion.
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. Or the AI Chewy can just bring up championship. We don't even need
They've
Chewy.
had one championship.
What, it's going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah.
Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Always enjoy our conversations every Friday with Craig Karmazin. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning.
Were you at the game last night?
I was not. I was on a little run, but I'll be there tomorrow.
Was Jim Paschke in your seat?
No, he was he was in basically the seats 3 down.
Okay.
Was Brandon Jennings, Michael Redd,
yeah, because the 3 of them were together, and I was watching the game, and I knew your seats were in that area, but I didn't see you, and I'm like, wait, so if Craig's not there, did he just give, the Bucks like, oh, hey, we want to celebrate Mr. Jim, so, Craig's like, yeah, Paschke can have my seat tonight.
But it was great. I mean, all 3 of those guys, I think, like, if you were going to say, like, a Mount Rushmore of Bucks fans, who you would have on your Mount Rushmore of Bucks fans for people who are fans between the good teams, like the 80s Bucks, which, sorry, not even the 80s Bucks, the Glenn Robinson,
the
Ray Allen,
late 90s,
Sam Cassell,
like 2001 Bucks,
right? Like, so the dark years of the Bucks between
post trading Ray Allen,
right? Post that team and pre Giannis and this era, like who would be on your Mount Rushmore of the Bucks? That's 3 of the 4 for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Like who really kept the team going and like kept those years. If you're a Bucks fan, I don't know if Jim from Saturn Lounge was the 4th. I did see him stand and cheer when they showed. I think it was Paschke on TV last night when they announced him at the game. But I mean, who's the 4th? Is it Bogut?
So I was just thinking about
Squad 6. Like he created the student like
it's probably Bogut, but like John Salmons had a little run there.
No.
It's the first time I've heard that name in a while.
I mean, I'd go John McLaughlin. John Salmons.
I mean, Ursan's had a long run. Like
Ursan had different runs.
Ursan's surprisingly on a lot of like Bucks top 10 lists because of how like he had like 3 different because the accumulation.
But I'm saying in terms of like the energy, like Brandon Jennings for sure, Michael Redd for sure, Olympian All-Star type player. I think Paschke for sure.
I agree.
And I think McLaughlin's tough to keep off it, but you don't want to.
Because nobody loves the Bucks more than Johnny Mac.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to have two announcers, though. That's
but they're a good team.
I think that's
and the team itself is so bad.
Do they get one spot on Mount Rushmore?
Yeah,
maybe you combine it.
Maybe that.
But that tells you how dark it was that we're even considering both of them.
And on the radio side, right, like Ted Davis, I feel like was just kind of getting there, and like, I mean, Howard David was there. I remember at some point. I don't remember how many years. Like, so if Ted Davis, should be somewhere in that mix, for the radio people. But I mean, are we missing someone else like for that many years, for like a decade
I love
plus?
The Ursan call.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's either Bogut. It's probably Bogut. Because he, especially pre-injury, he was starting to become really good.
It's not E. E. Jean Leon.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's the chairman. No, I don't think it's the chairman.
I mean, those were some years.
But you weren't courtside last night, but you were courtside because I saw it on TV. So I've got
Tuesday.
the picture. Watching LeBron return.
Lakers Jazz.
Yeah. LeBron's return was awesome. I mean, man, Luka is so good.
He's
but
special.
Luka also really spends a lot of time and energy on the referees in a game. It's really interesting to watch. But yeah, LeBron back, just so 23 years in the NBA. So how about this? Right now, and Joshy, this one may shock you here.
He's been in the NBA as long as I've been at JKB.
There are 24 All-Stars who were in the All-Star game last year.
Yep.
How many of them right now are either out with an injury or have missed over half of this season? And by the way, Tyrese Halliburton was not an All-Star last year, so he does not count.
24.
Of the 24 All-Stars, how many are either injured right now or have missed half the games this year with injury?
I'm going to say 16.
I was going to go lower. I was going to say 9.
13.
Oof.
Over half of the players, and we're a quarter of the year into the season.
It's been a big talking point in the NBA about the number of stars who have been hurt and have missed some time.
This isn't load management we're talking about.
No.
This is legitimate injuries.
Is it bad luck? Is it the length of the season?
I mean, it's not the length of the season. We're just starting the season, right?
I guess a lot of those guys played into the postseason.
LeBron's just an old man, and old men get sciatica. That's just kind of how that one works. So that explains that one.
First sciatica diagnosis I've ever heard of for an injury, I think.
But Giannis, obviously,
that's a legitimate groin injury. But I mean, Tatum got hurt last year. With the Achilles thing was an epidemic last year in the NBA postseason. Dame obviously on that list as well because he was an All-Star, so he's got the Achilles that's keeping him out this year.
Yeah, I mean it's wild. I believe the game is just. I think guys are bigger and more sculpted than they've ever been, which I think is part of it. Plus, I think you have just a pace of play that is wild. How fast the game is being played right now, and how physical the game is with guys who are that sculpted. It's tough. I mean, you're talking about half of your All-Stars either injured or playing less than half the games.
But with a guy like Wemby, that's what I worry about, is just that body type. Is it sustainable to play an 82-game
Well, and that is why, and when everyone's saying he should put on more weight, they very intentionally have not been trying to have him put on too much weight because they don't want to put as much on his knees and on his joints. So when people are like, oh, he needs to really fill out.
I don't know if that works at 7'3".
Right, exactly. 7'3". He's up to 7'5" now.
Yeah, he grew.
Seriously?
He grew this offseason, yeah.
Yeah, well,
how is that possible?
I think he grew 2 years ago, but he didn't want to
necessarily. Or he grew?
No, he grew 2 years ago, but they didn't want to necessarily put it on. I think he wasn't ready to be 7'5", but then he was standing next to too many people where it's like, dude ain't 7'2". Like, he's not 7'3".
The Kevin Durant, yeah. Oh, I'm not 7 foot. Oh, are we sure about that, Kevin?
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah. So it'll be fascinating to see. I mean, Kate Cunningham has missed a bunch of games. The Pistons come into Fiserv Forum tomorrow night, 11 straight wins. Bucks coming off a tough overtime loss last night. Huge, massive Saturday night. Forum's going to be rocking type game on Saturday night.
Yeah, it should. I want to talk to you about, we haven't talked to a ton about here on Jen, Gabe, and Shuey, but Brandon Woodruff accepting his qualifying offer. I think that's an exciting thing for the Brewers to have that type of pitching rotation, because by all signs, it doesn't seem like, and again, unless things go incredibly south, like the only way that either him or Peralta, I believe, are going to be traded is at the trade deadline during the season if the Brewers are out of it. Because which I have a hard time picturing what that would even look like for this Brewers team.
And don't you think the Willy Adames thing is a little bit of a model now, right? Where, they didn't trade Willy Adames. They didn't get anything for him. Now, they did for Corbin Burns, right? So I don't know exactly which model and which path you follow, but I think Peralta has so much value as a player on this team, and this team is so close that I don't see why, unless it was an awful, dreadful, first 4 months of the season, which we haven't seen in a long time, I don't see why you would consider trading those guys when this team is ready to win now, as we saw this year.
Because, and I look at it this way, the Brewers have one of the best farm systems in baseball as well.
Yep.
They have 6 of the top 100 in the latest top 100 prospect list, which is the second most in baseball. When your farm system's that stacked, I mean, when you're trading somebody like Woody, if you trade someone like Peralta, you're getting prospects in return.
Yeah.
You're not really getting major league ready, major league established players. So your farm system's already loaded. So what they did with
already loaded, but why is it loaded? Is it loaded because they traded Corbin Burns and they traded like these guys in the past? So is that part of how they keep the farm system loaded?
But now you can keep it loaded because if you lose one of these guys, like when they lost Adames, you get a compensatory pick.
Yep.
So by losing Willie, they got the 32nd pick in the draft. So when you have a farm system that you're pretty comfortable with, okay, what's more valuable, getting 2 guys in return like they did for Corbin, or having this guy play out when we're ready to win, and I'm still going to get a player on the back end in the draft, and that's just going to help me backload our farm system.
The thing about the Brewers, and I know Joshy, they're going to stop hitting and be under 500.
Negative Nelly back there.
Was right.
Oh,
in the CS?
Was right.
You're taking a victory lap in the CS?
Well, especially because Eugenio Suarez kind of like single-handedly won a game.
People are so negative. ESPN people. So I was thinking about it. I don't think that many guys on the team had career years. Like, if you ask me, is Jackson Chourio going to be better or worse this year?
He's going to be better.
I'm going to say he's going to be better, right? I don't know that I'll say Christian Yelich will be better at this point of his career, especially how the season ended, right? Because he had a big time year that I think was very underrated.
Well, because he started off so he really struggled hitting for the first 5 weeks.
Yes. But if you look at his numbers, he had a big year. So I think he could be where he was last year. And then I look around the rest of the team and I'm like, yeah, I think that guy could be just as good, maybe better. Like, I don't think it was weird. The way the team came together is a fluke, right? Because I don't think they'll be the best team in all of baseball. Like, that also took some of the other teams not having the years.
Yeah.
But I think individually, and I think there were just so many injuries to the pitching staff. So if they're healthier, like, I'm fired up for this. Obviously there's Packers season, there's a Bucs season, but this next Brewers season, it's not like, this was our run and we're never going to have a chance again. Like, I think, again, like Woody, like, makes me think about it. Like, they're ready to go.
They're pretty much running it back,
All
which
right,
I love.
You mentioned the Packers, so we'll get out of here on this. Packers have 3 division games in a row. When we sit here after those 3 division games, what's their record in those 3 games?
So I don't think any of the teams are that good, including the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, I watched them against the Eagles, and I know
very, very similar to the Packers game that they played against the Eagles.
Yeah,
Two very similar
totally.
feeling games.
So, I think the Packers should go 2-1 in the 3 games, but not because I think the Packers are that good, just because I think those teams are, like, they're not that different. And, like, the Bears have won a lot of games, and they're better than they were in the past. They're not so great, right? I think Packers were very unimpressive against the Giants.
Yeah.
Love was good.
But that's, the team they were playing against, like,
stinks.
Like, all of a sudden, their defense, which is supposed to be this lockdown thing, is giving up, 20 points to the Giants. I don't,
because they dropped 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
that plays into it.
So I think they go 2-1, but I don't know that says, like, they're ready to compete with the Rams. Who I guess is the team now, right?
Yeah, but even they picked off Sam Darnold 4 times and had to hold their breath as a 60-yard field goal got missed.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's over for the Packers this year, by the way.
Yeah,
they could still go on a run because there's no one who's proven anything.
I don't think anybody's really that good in the NFL.
Except the Bills. Oh, wait. They just lost last night.
See, that's what happens. When you start to think a team might be good, then they just
Josh
stub
Allen
their
had
toe.
6 touchdowns last week. So then, of course, he has none and throws 2 picks last night.
Sounds like somebody who may have had him in your fantasy lineup.
Maybe.
Maybe it seems like it's possible. Craig, Appreciate the time. Look forward to talking to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Craig Carmison joins
Jen,
us.
Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Whoa! What are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni. Both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray.
Dang! Woo! These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A freaking catapult attached to his right hip. Like, I just made that up. A catapult.
That was good.
I kind of liked it. I was rolling with it, Rob.
Like a slingshot? What's the even sound?
I'm calling him old catapult leg from here on out.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Big thank you to Alex Stroh filling in as our cousin sub of the day.
Medium, thank you.
Whoa.
Catch those 2 later, and more of those comedy routines coming up on sorry, I was about to say unsportsmanlike, so I was just watching the unsportsmanlike clip with Brett Bielema on it.
You don't need to apologize.
Mr. Irrelevant coming up later today on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube page. Wilde and Tausch coming up next here on ESPN Milwaukee.
Well, things are winding down nicely. Westbound on 94 backing up from just past 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down